don't see people as human beings anymore. And they can actually do and say horrendous things about people and do horrible things to people.
My name is Timothy Phelps, and I'm a member of the Westboro Baptist Church in Topeka, Kansas. And I also serve as one of their preachers.
So obviously your church is kind of infamous around the world really for the pickets and the protests. And I just wanted to ask you, is that something you still do?
We maintain a calendar that is filled to the brim with local and distant pickets.
Is that something that every member of your church has to do?
If you want to do it, you're going to find a time to do it.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
That's plenty enough. If you have a burning desire to serve the Lord, then that desire infects your whole life. And to an obsessive degree, we pick it because that's what we love to do. We pick it and we preach and we talk and we help each other.
Asking how many, because you mentioned you had 10 children, was it?
I have 10 children, yeah.
Say if one of your children wanted to leave the church, obviously it'd be like something hard to deal with, but would you be happy for them to leave?
No, I would not be happy, because that would be the equivalent of me asking you is if you had a child and that child went out and committed suicide, would you be happy for that child?
So would you not talk to them? Maybe?
Heavens no. What do we have in common?
Wow. Gosh, where do you start with something like that? You've got that kind of extreme view, which in my opinion is an extreme view. There's no grey areas, it's very black and white. And life is not black and white, it's full of grey areas, it's not black and white. When you hear that extreme view and you take that and then you look at, say, the Apostle John, the disciple John, who wrote Revelation and wrote the Gospel of John, and he's being led into services, carried in it, and all he's saying is just love each other. Brothers and sisters, love each other. So it's a completely different message to the one that this guy's preaching.
Your family, like...
Well, but Jesus Christ specifically, when they said, yo, Jesus, your mother and your brethren are outside, they want to talk to you. He said, no, my mother and my brethren are right here in this room. These are my mother and my brethren. If you're going to be kicking me to the curb because of your relatives, you're not worthy of me.
I get it, but it's like anything else. You know, if you want to make the Bible say something to back up your theology or your philosophy, you can do it. That's the crazy thing about it. And it's the same for any religion or any philosophy. You can make it say what you want it to say. That's the scary thing.
So now, if Jesus Christ says that, am I supposed to say, well, screw you, buddy, I like my kids?
But I guess it's difficult for me to understand.
Of course it's difficult for you because you don't have grace. And you put God over here and you put someone who you really live with every day and you love them and they make you happy and all of that. You are going to go over to those people. But God Almighty said about those people, cease from man whose breath is in his nostrils. For what is going to become of them in the latter day? The answer, of course, is nothing. So I say to you, you think you're saving something? Here's what will happen to you in time, in temporal time. God Almighty will take it from you. And it'll happen to you. And then you'll look back and go, that son of a bitch told me that was going to happen.
Tactics or violence or aggressive language is not really, that's not the God I see.
That to me would turn a lot more people away than would welcome them.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I understand, hardcore sort of Christian message. I spent many years working with bike clubs, motorcycle clubs, the outlaw clubs. Can't mention any names, but they all wear patches on the back, and they're very infamous. There's numerous ones around the UK now, some very significant outlaw motorcycle clubs, and I spent years with these guys. I mean, I'm not a pushover. I'm not somebody who you know, doesn't believe in strength or believe in or whatever. But to be preaching like that when funerals are taking place, and I think it's disgusting. I do.